Hey guys, Eric here with a requested build. Today I have a Lich Musket Hook Meteor Strike with the intention to build around Meteor Strike and make that work with a controller. Now I will say that generally speaking Meteor Strike is one of the worst abilities with a controller. You have a lot less control over exactly how you lead your enemies and that sort of thing. That said, it can still be an effective skill, and the key is to level it up to rank 3, where its area of effect is quite a bit larger, and exact aiming and leading of the enemy becomes less of an issue. So here, we can actually let the meteor strikes from the sky do most of the work. One thing that you can reliably do is kill guys by targeting grenadiers. Long-range attackers, are not going to move. Obviously, these blink mages are going to be really annoying for Meteor in general, whether you're controlling with a controller or a mouse. So, generally speaking, you want to wait until just after they have activated blinks, so like right then, to drop your Meteor on them. But that's all pretty obvious, I suppose. So, I'm mostly just going to try to be rushing up to rank 3 in my Meteor. I am going to buy the Skill Mastery Health Booster on sale. I know I'm going to want Skill Mastery to amp up my Meteor Strikes. And actually, since I already have 2 Dusts, I think it's worth buying the Dust Booster early in the game. So I have the Gnomish Dust Blade, and what that's going to let me do is scout and reveal lots and lots of stuff with my dust activation. So I want to be very smart about my dust activations now. So in this case, I immediately dropped meteors on the heads of these grenadiers because I know they're not going to move. Unfortunately, I don't have quite enough skill mastery to kill those guys in one shot. That's very close. I'm going to hope for more dust here. Okay, so here I just immediately dropped meteors on the guys in front. I knew that they were going to be running towards me. And so I thought it would be a safe bet. With the Whirler who runs at me, obviously I have to bait out his attack, get him stationary, and then drop the meteor. Another thing you can do with this build, a little synergy that's, maybe not super obvious, but also not the easiest thing to exploit in general, is just the fact that you can use your hook to sort of hold guys in place as the meteors come down. So for example right here, by hooking him, I kind of prevented him from using any skills. So if you get close range, I'll do it against this boss. If you get close range, okay, this is not the ideal boss to show it off against because this boss never really moves. But if he was a moving boss, I could meteor, hook, and interrupt his movement pattern to keep him in the meteor. Okay, so right now I just want to spam off meteors just to make sure I kill something with every meteor. Okay, so again, what I wanted to show, get myself killed trying to show this, is that meteor hook combo, which I didn't show very well. I'm super rusty with the controller, as I'm sure you've noticed. It's been a long time since I've used the controls this way. But anyways, what you can do is essentially drop both meteors, and then while the meteors are in the air, hook at close range to keep the enemy in the meteor strikes, and to make sure that that hook amplified damage is on them when the meteors finally do land. Okay, so I could dust here, and I think it's worth it. Even though this isn't really ideal positioning, because I'm not in the middle of the map and I have this huge AoE, I am going to reveal 3 mountains. One of them might be gold, and I'm going to reveal additional choices at the town. And if I reveal, say, another pack of dust to buy, that'll be great. Okay, so I did see a lot of stuff I want to see. I see a wise man. I see a town. Obviously I have a dusted town now that will probably have dust for sale. And it does. It's even on sale. That's kind of cool. I'll go ahead and heal. Do I need the Eye of the Sifter? I'm not sure. This might be overkill. Because I'm going to have these super dusts to reveal lots of item choices. Eye of the Sifter will give me even more item choices. That'll mean, for example, that I can trivially complete sets whenever I want to. But would I rather just go ahead and start Fuhrer as my god and get some overkill going on with my meteor strikes? I think I'll do what I try to recommend people do, which is not go Fuhrer necessarily on a Lich unless you already have some kind of mobility built in. Because you really do want some kind of mobility or survivability through your god choice as a Lich, unless you really are just like doing a daily run and you just want to blast through everything instantly, in which case I think Fuhrer is always a legitimate choice. It should probably be considered, especially if like his necklace shows up early in the game as it did here. I'm just going to drop double meteors now. Unfortunately, these guys keep raising each other because I'm not really killing them off super efficiently, but the double meteor will finish them off. So I do want to get over to that wise man in a hurry. Again, most of these fights, oops, I'm just starting out by dropping meteors on front guys, making sure I get some damage in. Whenever anyone stops to attack, you can drop a meteor. You can also try to sort of body block them into the meteor when you do that. Like here, I can kind of push him. Generally speaking, not the easiest thing to pull off. It would be a lot easier if I was using keyboard and mouse. I probably should have upgraded before this fight. I don't really know what I was thinking. Okay. I was thinking I will get myself stuck in the corner and then die. How about that? Alright. Not too smart. So I do want to stay over these guys, something I haven't been doing. By staying north-south of them, I could actually dodge the east and west. Because I stayed west of them, I almost got myself killed due to those hazards coming in. So I definitely want to immediately upgrade Meteor Strike. This is going to give me a larger area of effect to work with and make it much, much easier to hit my enemies. I'll try to demonstrate the hook combo against this guy. So I'm going to Meteor, Meteor, Hook. And so I pulled him back. He was actually probably going to walk out of that hook, or out of those Meteor Strikes. But by hooking him, I sort of interrupted his movement. That time I screwed it up. I should probably still wait for him to attack like I did there, so that I can then have him a little more stationary as I try to pull off that combo. If I had a little more movement speed, if I was any race other than a Lich, for example, it would be less of an issue to pull off that combo because I'd feel a lot more comfortable up at close range. So maybe if I buy a movement speed upgrade, or if I pick up Cephocles as my god or something, you can see me do that combo a little more. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull off a merciless defense here, but let's see. So yeah, I just don't think I have the... I don't think I have the cooldowns to make it work for me, really. Oh, I already scared my guy. So I just totally screwed that up. I was trying to merciless clear, and now I'm probably just going to completely screw this up. Oh, just a little late. Alright, so that is 10 gold I really should not have wasted. Oh well. I haven't seen any sets yet either. I do have Eye of the Sifter, so I know that like I'm going to have the opportunity. I'm just going to go ahead and break the Proctus, by the way. I don't think I want Proctus as my god. Anyways, I have the Eye of the Sifter, which is going to really like allow me to complete item sets really efficiently, so I should probably go ahead and start looking for blacksmiths and jewelers. I do still, because I'm a Lich, want to go ahead and race up to rank 3 of Meteor Strike. That's a very important priority. Once again, the game is showing me Fuhrer Necklace. It's almost tempting to go into it. I said before I wanted some movement speed. Well, here's a perfect item for movement speed. I could go for the extra health and movement speed. That would be the safer choice. This one also gives me 15% cooldown reduction. So I'll go ahead and take the hybridized one. So now I have a little movement speed. I have a little bit of plus health. I can really just focus in on making my build very powerful. And again, I'm going to try to do the Meteor combo here. I screwed it up, not surprisingly. This guy's a little bit scary. Alright, so there I actually pulled it off. Again, it's just get the meteors going and then position yourself in such a way that the enemy is likely to be in them when the meteors land. It is a little scary since you have to do it kind of up close. But it can be used very effectively against bosses. Okay, so do I start off with the dust once again? Why not? I have dust to spare. Okay, so I immediately revealed this wise man, and that was a very unusual spot for a wise man. Normally they want to be adjacent to lots of mountains, like there's probably a wise man here. This one was just tucked off to the map, touching one mountain. That's a rare occurrence, but it can happen, obviously. So I never would have guessed that wise man was there. Oops, I just refreshed my skills in a funky order. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and try to just spam off some meteors. Go ahead. Right there, you notice I kind of baited the enemy into staying in my Meteor. Here I'm going to try to combo because this guy has now gotten up quite powerful. So I did the Meteor hook combo there to pull him in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rank 3 of my Meteor. Alright, it's on sale, so that's awesome. So now it is much less difficult to aim those Meteors. So I can just go ahead and leave the enemies here. Hopefully finish them all off with one big Meteor, maybe. Okay, I will go ahead and hit the Dusted Town. I should have tons of options here. So this is a good option. Again, it wouldn't be crazy to just go ahead and pick up health and survivability here. Health and movement speed. Since nothing's on sale, I don't think I'll do that. It's really tempting to just keep building stats and just have really strong Meteors. Maybe I'll do that. I've showed you sort of completing sets in all the other request videos. I don't think it's necessary that you complete sets every run. I think it's often the best choice, but it's not strictly the best choice, and so hopefully I'll just not worry about sets too much this run and see how it goes. I do want to know though whether the bazaar is over here. So the bazaar is in that top left corner, so I'm going to slowly work my way there. I'm kind of thinking through what I want my build to be. You see again the power of Meteor, now that it's fully upgraded, even though I can't aim it as precisely as I'd like, for example, I probably could have anticipated that guy's movement better. I have an enormous amount of control over hitting guys just by sort of spamming it out there because its area of effect is so big. I will take the mini boss fight, try to show off that hook combo a little more. So in this case, this enemy wants to run right up to me, so I can actually just like bait out his attack and Meteor strike while he does that. But I went ahead and hit him with the hook too to get that damage amp on him. This guy's a little scary because he like stays right in your business. As a Lich, it's important there that I had, for example, the movement speed booster. So the question now is, do I spend my money on the Wise Man? I could upgrade Renewed Focus, that'll make my second Meteor and that Meteor combo really, really potent. Or I could save my money for the Bazaar and hopefully pick up a big stat booster. I'll go ahead and just go with the really safe route, which is to just take the upgrade down. So I have really strong Meteor strikes. I think I kind of want Sepicles as my god, so let's see if I can avoid blowing up his temple. Might be kind of annoying to do, actually. Oh, I blew it up with my huge area of effect. Okay, so Sepicles is not going to be my god. Maybe I will go for Necris or Halloran, or maybe I should have gone Fuhrer all along. I now don't really have enough money to make it worthwhile to visit the Bazaar, so I'm just going to sort of worm my way to the boss. Okay, loot hook time. Let's see how rusty I am, if I even know how to loot hook with the controller anymore. Looks like the answer is no. I already screwed up the loot hook. You can see I'm no pro with the controller. It is possible to be quite good at this, but I haven't used the controller much throughout my life. I did as a little kid, but since then I've been more of a PC gamer, mostly not using a gamepad to do it. So I'm pretty rusty, unfortunately. Most of these fights you see are pretty easy now. Oh, once again, Fuhrer was right next to the boss. Okay, I'm going to try to hook combo. Oh, it's hard to get in on this guy. Okay, so I got the hook combo off. I guess I might as well shoot with my musket. It will occasionally stun, which is very nice. Again, when I'm up close like that, I can always use my hook to interrupt his attacks. Also, whenever I just see him attacking, I don't really have to worry. I can just drop my meteors. An important thing to keep in mind is that Meteor is an infinite range skill. So even if it feels funky aiming it sometimes, you can always just spam it off and hit guys from max distance. This time I am going to intentionally destroy Sepicles' statue because it seems that I don't really have the option of making him my god. So, having screwed that up, even though he was the god I wanted, my area of effect worked against me, so now I will find another god. I do want to find the Bazaar here, so let's scan this side. Okay, so I did find the Bazaar. Let's work our way over there and actually upgrade some stuff. So far I haven't done any real efficient upgrading to this point in the game. I've got, some like non-on-sale stat items. That's kind of the least efficient item you can pick up. So I'd like to change that up a bit. I'm going to go ahead and dust just to see what's nearby. Okay, so I did reveal a gold mountain. I revealed Führer, who I've been avoiding so desperately. Maybe I should just go ahead and pick him up as my god. Let's get some gold first, though. Alright, I want to get away from these guys. Now that these guys are kind of stationary, I can drop Meteors on their head. Again, the big key to using Meteor well is waiting until guys are attacking to drop the Meteor on them. Alright, I will go ahead and... Go ahead and teleport. I want to visit this bazaar right away. I need to upgrade this build. I'm way too weak. Like, I'm not even going to be able to merciless defense here. Which is just pathetic. I'd really like to be in a position... Oh, and I just refreshed my skill, so I definitely can't merciless. No! Once again, I screwed up. It's really hard to merciless with this this low cooldown Meteor build. So once again, I lost 5 gold because I was trying to get the merciless, and instead I don't even get the perfect clear. Rather than check out the sets, I could see all 5 sets. I really want to just show off an on-set build. So I'm going to go ahead and go here first. Hopefully pick up 2 items. Wow, the game really, really, really wanted me to go Führer all along. I suppose I could go Halloran at this point, but I'll go ahead and pick up Führer. This would be a good pickup if I was worried about survivability. Instead, I'll just go cooldown reduction. So it's going to give me a little more damage. And I should be able to clear this mini-boss fairly easily. As soon as he attacks, I'll just go ahead and drop my Meteors on his head. I'll go ahead and lock into him, holding down the attack button to lock into him. Lock onto him, excuse me. I don't have enough money to upgrade Renewed Focus to rank 3. I'm not sure it's really that worthwhile to do it either at this point. I will be able to just barely get to this Temple of Führer if I teleport here. So let's do that. And could I use more teleports? Well, that's really the thing I want the least here. But screw it, it's on sale. I'll buy more teleports. I can always use them later. And I will pick up more rank with Führer if I can avoid blowing him up. Oops. Oh, I got myself a goodbye. You see, the movement speed is really nice to have here. Uh-oh. No, don't blow up the temple. I'm trying so hard to avoid blowing up the temple that I'm going to get myself killed. I do have rank 2 Führer now. I'll go ahead and pop my healing potion. I really got myself screwed up in that fight. I think fighting Führer is really hard when you have like a huge AoE like this and you're trying not to. It's not very hard to do with keyboard and mouse, but with controller I definitely feel the pain. You have a lot less control over these area target skills, and that is definitely a weakness. It's definitely easier to use this skill with the old keyboard and mouse. Accidentally refreshing my hood. My big strong meteors. I can visit here again. So Sepicles necklace on sale. The stuff I want is never on sale this run. I'll go ahead and take more cooldown reduction though. I'm trying to show off a build without any sets, and I think it's a completely viable strategy. Again, I don't think it's generally the best strategy, but if all this stuff had been on sale, for example, it might make perfect sense to adopt this as my strategy. Looks like I'm going to kill these guys with double meteors, so I just need to be careful not to let this guy throw his shots at me. Again, having an infinite range attack like this, ooh, I keep walking into his attack. Having an infinite range attack like this makes it extremely easy to deal with an enemy like that who's rushing in from the ends all the time. I'll move up here and then I'll dust. Once again, I'll continue the trend of just buying good stat boosters not on sale. I think it's totally viable. It's not a good strategy per se, but it is a reliable way to power up. And I am, you see, dealing quite a bit of damage with my Meteor, with my Führer. I think my cooldowns might actually be low enough at this point that if I'm smart, I can get a merciless clear. I don't know if that's true, but let's hope it's true. so that was a completely wasted meteor there. Okay, luckily. Need it. Alright, finally got a Merciless Defense. Now that my cooldown reduction is okay, now that I've got my skill mastery a little bit higher, it's at 230% here. My cooldowns are all the way down to 43%, that's awesome. I can actually Merciless Clear, so I actually have good damage. Finally. I'm going to move here, see if I can find the Bazaar. I actually probably could have gone ahead and used some dust. You do see that the Meteor Furor combo is quite strong because of overkill effects. So I have revealed the Bazaar, but I don't have enough money to really make it worthwhile to visit it. So one thing I could do is I could hit this mini boss. There's no like real smooth path to this. I'll just go ahead and hit the treasure lair, which will give me enough to buy one Bazaar item. And then I'll go straight into the Bazaar. These guys are a bit annoying. So I got myself hit by one. But they're a bit annoying because they're shielded, and so like sometimes I have to use my hook or whatever to bring down their shield. So right there, I interrupted his attack with the hook. And I do have enough for the Bazaar now. So what has he got for me? So the Skill Mastery Doubler is really nice. The Skill Mastery Booster is nice too. So in this case, it's kind of a hard choice which one I would rather have. Would I rather keep my cooldowns reasonable as they are, or would I rather massively boost up the damage of those initial meteors? The big advantage of doubling my skill mastery, obviously I'm doing a lot more damage with the first two meteors, and for a daily run that would be super important because in general that would let me instantly clear a lot of fights. So I'm going to pick that up. It's going to make me a little weaker overall, I think, compared to just the simple plus 65 skill mastery, or at least less versatile, because now I have to wait longer between casting my skills. If I ever actually miss my first meteors, the fights are going to be really hard. Like here, those guys were shielded, and so I now have to wait a really long time for my meteors to be available again. But that's okay. I do need to heal, and I don't know. Refreshing on board again. I don't know where a town is. Maybe I should pop my dust and hope I found one. Okay, so there's a town right before the boss. So I'll go ahead and farm one more point because I'm feeling pretty strong right now. And then I'll heal up before the boss. I almost maybe should have even just picked up the mantle on sale. 7 more movement speed would give me great survivability. Let's see, I can go ahead and pick it up. So I'll hit this gold mountain and then go back there. I know I had dust to spare because I just bought more. Oops, why am I getting myself hit? Sometimes I just assume everyone's going to die on that first wave of meteors, and then I don't even pay attention to the fight. Not smart, it turns out. So I'll go ahead and buy that Messenger's Mantle. That'll give me a little more movement speed. Or I could buy... I don't need more speed. I'm already hitting hard enough. Movement speed is good. Okay, again, it's important to keep in mind that I can hit this guy from max range. I do not have to like commit to hook combo like I did there. I can just blast him away from as far as I want and stay really safe. Okay, so which god would be the scariest? That's the question. I mean, I always think Fuhrer is super scary when you're a Lich. He's one of the guys who's best at dealing with infinite range. I think I'd be pretty good against all 3 of these guys. I have such good burst damage. I have such good area of effect damage. I think Fuhrer or Sepicles is the scariest. Who is really the scariest? I don't know, let's go Fuhrer. Kind of think he's the scariest here. I'm going to pop a dust just for scouting and to reveal some extra options here. Feather of Sepicles, I don't think I really want it on this build. A little skill mastery, not really worth it. I don't really need this looking glasses. I'm just going to like dust my way all the way to the boss in terms of scouting. I'll go ahead and looking glass here. And, meh, I guess I should have bought looking glasses. But let's just bust again. Okay, I'll make my way up to that. I'll make my way up to that wise man. Unfortunately, because I screwed up some of those treasure defenses early in the game, I'm actually not going to have quite enough money to upgrade the skill unless I farm more. But I'll just go ahead and backtrack. I'm just kind of working my way to the boss. I think I'm strong enough to fight him. I'm not trying to complete a set or anything. I have sort of got the hang of the controller now after being really, really rusty. Let's hope the renewed focus is on sale. If not, I'll work my way back. Okay, so it's not on sale. Hook's actually on sale. Hook is not a bad skill to upgrade. Screw it. I'll upgrade Hook. And I'm just going to scout a little more. So I'll work my way up here. So even if I get hit in this next fight, I can just heal up. I do have to watch out for the pure god strikes from the sky. Alright, so no need to heal. Severed Hand of the Lich would actually be super strong if I could get off my combo. It'll be kind of tricky. This would let me, if it was a daily, I would definitely pick this up and just drop 3 meteors. Hopefully refreshing via my renewed focus twice to have 2 super meteors. But I'm just going to pick up the extra health just to be super, super safe. It should be fairly easy to kill this boss again. I can abuse the infinite range. I have good movement speed. That time I hooked him, I saw he was going to charge out of my attack. As I did there again. I wanted to make sure he stayed in my meteors. Again, it's not so important in this run, but it would be important in a daily run to do that for extra damage. Alright, I hope that shows off Meteor with a controller. I do think Meteor is one of those skills like Fairy Teleport that is stronger with mouse plus keyboard, but on the other hand, you know, I didn't have to worry about lining up my hooks. I didn't have to worry about aiming my auto attacks. And still, you can see that Meteor can be very, very effective if you rush it up to rank 3, so you should make that a priority in a build like this. Thanks for watching.